Hey guys, in this video I will show you the best Viper lineups which you can use when you are playing Viper right here on Lotus, and we will start with this Postplant lineup for this A side, for firstly for the right side and then for the left side. And we will also use this orb. So let's start with the orb, which you can throw perfectly on top of the box. That way it would cover both of the sides and then you won't have to worry about it. So firstly you want to get into the corner right here, and there are these spots. You want to just place it very simply like this. As you can see, just the middle part on the corner right there, and throw there your smoke. Very simple lineup and easy to remember. And as you can see, it would land right here on top of the box. That way if you activate it, if it would be planted on either side, it would still cover the spike and deal damage to anyone who is defusing. And you can combine it with your snakebite, for example, like this. Just very simply place your line between your smoke and your snakebite, the right side of this tip, just right here on this corner, just like that, and simply shoot there your snakebite. It's gonna land pretty fast and land perfectly on the right side of it, just like that. As you can see, it would cover the spike anywhere if it would be planted pretty much all of these spots. However, if the spike is right here, there is a very similar thing which you can do. Once again, stand in the corner right here and place your smoke orb, the smoke icon, which as you can see, the bottom of it right on that corner as you did before. Once again right here, and place there the bottom of your smoke, that little tip, as you can see, and then you simply shoot it. You can combine it with that smoke and it would land just like that perfectly on this corner and cover the spike. With this execute on A, I would recommend you using your line just simply like this. That way you will block off the middle and the close left side and anyone on side. Then you activate it, and there is plenty of ways that you can do this. You can throw your smoke through this wall, so that way you can separate it, or you can even smoke this and then continue its way. And if you would come out of this spot, once again the side is split perfectly and it would be very difficult for enemies to be hiding anywhere here. If you planted spike right here on B, you can do this simple lineup from here. Just get into this middle of this wall right here of this window, place your crosshair right where this hole is, just below it where there's this wall. Just place your crosshair there and shoot it. It's gonna bounce up and land immediately on the spike. That way if you are in a 1v1 situation, this is a great way how to stall the opponent, and you can be just simply waiting here and trying to hold this, and it would be very difficult for the enemy since he would have to come to you and try to kill you. A different way how you can play for this lineup, for this spot, would be from this angle right here. You just want to go into the corner right there, and for this one you want to be placing your where I have the mouse button 5 right here. You want to be placing that into this corner above it, so that way it is in the height, that little dot right here as I'm aiming, so that way it is in the height right here just above this spot. So it would look like this. It's pretty easy to fight once you remember it. It would look like this, and then you just simply shoot it. You don't have to jump or anything, and it's gonna land not so quickly. So first one you should do a little bit in advance or have someone stalling it. But as you can see, it would land perfectly on the spike and can win you a lot of time. One of the best falls that you can do if you are attacking there on B, just simply do your wall like this, so that way you block this side and the back side right there. As you can see, then you just simply activate it and you would block off this whole left side, and then if you go in, you just want to clear this right corner with flashes or other utility that you might have, or your teammates might even come from the A link. If you planted the spike right here in this corner, you can very simply just bounce off the one of your snakebites off this wall, just like that, so that way it lands on there. However, if you want to play from further, there is this lineup. You want to go all the way here into this corner, into the A rubble, just right there, and you want to be placing the bottom of your HUD line on your right side. As you can see, I will zoom on it now, just like this. You want to place it right at this corner. It doesn't have to be that precise, but you want to line it up perfectly, so that way it lands on the spike just on the right spot and you won't have any troubles with it. You shoot it, and it's gonna take a bit to get there, but it's gonna land perfectly. It doesn't take that long to land, and as you can see, it would cover this spike perfectly if you plant it in any of these corners. So this is really situational. I would use it only if some of your teammates are are alive since you cannot hear the diffuse from here. That's the only disadvantage. However, all other ways are very difficult to line up, so this is the only one that I found. On C, you want to plant either here or here. So for this first spot, it's very easy to do. Just one simple lineup. Just simply shoot your snakebite off and bounce it off this wall, and it's gonna land perfectly right here. However, if you plant it right here, it's much more difficult to do a lineup there, but there's still possible one. You just wanna go into this corner right here, and you wanna be placing your HUD line right on this spot. It's pretty hard to see on the video, I think, but once you will see it, there is this inner side of this window. It is in height with this ear, so that's one way to check it. And then you just simply shoot it there. And also another tip is that this is pretty much in the middle. And then you shoot your snakebite by just simply standing, so there's no way that you won't miss it. And it's gonna land, it takes a bit to land there, but it's gonna land perfectly on the spike. And usually your teammates would be trying to play closer, so they would be holding you these corners, and you can be then safely trying to play these lineups just like that. And enemies, if this is planted right here, they would not really expect you to be all the way here in this corner doing lineups. So it's one possibility how to win the round. Overall, if you're just going on C, just do your wall very simply like this, and then you activate it. That way you want to block off the right side and this back side, so that way you are good to plant either here or here. And lastly, there would be lineup for this spot. It would be uncommon, I think, for you to plant, but if you want to play really lineups, this is the way. Just plant there. You can always play lineups from here, just simply shoot on the spike, but there's also this one. You want to go into the corner right here, into this spot, and there is this thing on the wall, this shard, and you want to place there your HUD line, the left side of this one, just like that, and you simply shoot there your snakebite. And if you place it correctly, which is very easy to do, it would always land at this corner. That way it would deal damage to anyone who would be defusing on the spike right here. If you are defending, there's a lot of ways that you can use your ward. For example, this one, you can either block this A link, but you should always block the A main from C, so it would look like this. Then you activate it. This wall is gonna protect you right here at these spots, and it's gonna give you the possibility to also lurk up in this aggressive angle. It would block off these corners and even these doors. If you do it more to the left, it would block it off perfectly. Or there's another way. You can do something like this, just very simply, and block it that way. That way it would be a bit more passive, as you can see. The harder for enemies to get through. You might wanna use your smoke right at this corner and be holding C, and as you can see, this wall will still reach this spot, and it's gonna provide the cover for your teammates on B. So if they're gonna need it, you just simply turn it on, and as you can see, it's gonna block off the entrance perfectly. Or you can use this when you are going for a post plant. Also on C side, you can create a simple one way. You just wanna go on this line like that. Then you wanna place your cursor on this edge of this wall, just right there, and you wanna jump and throw it with your right click. And that smoke is gonna land perfectly right there. That way, if there's anyone coming from this spot, you can be holding this angle and waiting for them. You just wanna be on top, since if you are right here, the enemies cannot see you. Doesn't matter where they are coming from, unless they are really far. But you would usually be holding angles so that they cannot see you from there, something like this. And it can get you info or just delay the enemies, they might be coming to sight. When you are defending right here on A, there's plenty of ways that you can do it, but one of the ideas that you can have is to place your smoke right here on this spot into the doors, and then you would be waiting simply for the enemies to come through, and they would have no chance of expecting you or in any of these corners. You can be even hidden behind this tree, which is a sneaky ratty spot, and it can work a lot of the times. You can also be placing your ward, for example, like this. Depends how you want to do it. There are two ways. You want to maybe block off this main, but then you are giving space for enemies a lot on mid. So I would recommend you doing your wall like this. That way you will block off these doors, and also you won't give that much space to the enemies, and you can always take the ARP right here. And also you would have the chance to rotate, or then you can just simply use your smokes, for example here, or in any corners that it might be helpful for you. And lastly, I want to mention this smoke that can help you to be aggressive towards A. Just go into this corner and at the beginning of the round, place your headline just right into this corner, as you can see, just right there. And then you simply throw your smoke. And the smoke is gonna block off anyone who'd be at these stairs, giving you a lot of space to work with, and then all you have to worry is about if there's anyone peeking this corner, and you can simply follow it up with your team. You can split, some of your teammates go this way, some of them this way, and you can cut off anyone who'd be playing right here on A side. You can combine it with your balls as well, for example like this, just some very simple one, so that way you split the site into 2 spots and it would be much harder for enemies to hold. So definitely use this. So yeah, those are some simple tips that you might use when you are playing Viper right here on Lotus. Hopefully this video is gonna be helpful for you guys. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and see you guys soon. Bye.